Hello world, Demon Slayer here, and we are back with part 2 of my Pokemon Shiny Nidoking Challenge Run 2026. And there finally is the first Jigglypuff spawn. And just like with Pikachu and Pixie before it, I will catch 2 of them, one to keep at its base form and one to evolve via Moonstone. So, next up will be Orania City, where we'll be fighting for our 3rd badge. And beforehand we need to go to the boat to get the hidden ability for Cut, because that's necessary to enter the 3rd gym. Also another rare spawn right there. I'm still planning on keeping the Pidgey I caught back on Road 1 within the party and evolve it until its final stage, because I got plans for that for later. Yeah, just checked, and there's another requirement for the Squirtle over there. You need 50 Pokemon caught for Charmander back in Azuria City, and you need 60 Pokemon caught for the Squirtle right here in Orania City. So, same as with Charmander, we will come back later. Also, from this lady over here, you can get an Arcanine, or Arcani in German, which is one of the fastest riding Pokemon in this game. That's very, very valuable for speedrunning strats. In order to get an Arcanine from her, you need to catch 5 Meowth. And next up will be the boat section of this run. I just checked right here in the kitchen because back in the day you could find the rare item leftovers over here, but they changed that as well, as it seems. And then, spoilers, I completely took the wrong way for one reason or another. I just misremembered. As I said earlier, by playing that many iterations of the Kanto region up to this point, like with Red and Blue, and Fire Red and Leaf Green, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and now Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I just misremembered the way. So yeah. It happens. And then I thought, you know what, at this point, there is a really cute cutscene over here at the upper deck of the boat, so let's just do that as well, while we're here. Just beautiful. Alright, back on track now, and the next rival fight will be up next. That's the reason why we got the TM earlier on from the Team Rocket Grunt. And this attack will prove alright, got a quick problem to solve with my microphone right there. Anyway, we got the TM from the Team Rocket Grunt before for the electric types coming up within the next arena fight for the third gym quest. And without any additional fights, there are many optional NPC fights you could do. That is the boat section done. Bye bye, see you next year. Also, you may or may not be able to find a Miyu next to the truck right over there. If you know, you know. So, this arena, this gym, and especially these things over here, let's just say they are my least favorite puzzle in this run and in all of Pokémon Monsters as well. So right now there's a 50-50 chance to hit the right one with the hidden switch in it. We already know that the one to the right isn't the right one. We click the one at the upper north end in the middle over there. So it's now split between a 50-50 chance between the one to the left and the one to the south. But first up, I got kinda confused right there because Nidoking over here wasn't one-hit KOing the Voltorb over there. Meaning we are still good on the leveling curve, but as you see, yeah, we will need to evolve it sooner or later. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, that's a one-hit KO again. Alright, we're good. 50-50 chance, and this one was the right one. Great. As I said earlier, that's the reason why we got the TM in the first place, and therefore this fight will be no problem at all. Yeah, since Magnemite is dual typing electric and steel, there is also the option to use a fighting move right here, and then it's just one other ground type attack to finish off his ace, Raichu. And that's it. Level up to level 23 right there. Nice. Oh yeah, Pidgey will evolve after this fight. And that is our third gym badge done. 5 more to come. Just a quick run to Diglett Cave, and yeah, throughout nothing crazy happened here. No crazy spawns, no shinies. Up through the north there have been some crazy spawns again, like this one over here. I tried to catch it. Also, this is the exact space where you don't want to see any shinies at all, because if there's a shiny Pokemon spawning in through the north right here, then you just won't be able to catch it. Rare spawn right there, low catch rate, but we got it anyway. That's another one done for Pokédex completion. As you can see, you can't enter the patch of grass from here. So you have to move around and then go back. And that's the reason why you don't want to see any shiny Pokemon right now, right here. Because you can't enter the patch of grass and then they will despawn. So this is the first time you see another Eevee into the run, and I always found it quite interesting that this Eevee from this trainer over here looks so vastly different to your Eevee, or like the other way around. In any case, it means that your Eevee is like a special variant of Eevee, I suppose. Special variants of the same like type of species of Pokémon monsters are a rather common thing in the anime, I'd say. But besides the anime within the games, that's like really something. Yeah, we skipped the last trainer over there and then we just crashed into a burp. Mandatory Team Rocket grunt fight next. Look at how cool she is, just chilling with her Lapras over there. They really fleshed out her character arc in this game, as opposed to Red and Blue, because there was none at all. And then she had a little bit of character development in Fire Red. But yeah, they really doubled down on the lore this time around. Back in Pokemon Fire Red, you can visit her hometown at Island 4. And every time you defeat the top 4 tournament in Pokemon Fire Red, she will buy some stuff for her house at Island 4. I am actually planning on making some documentation and videos on that topic soon. That's another pretty rare spawn. Right then, right there. And another rare spawn right there. So I'm not the biggest fan of this evolutionary line because they are just too common in like every other cave within the whole Pokemon series. But for the sake of Pokédex completion, I try to catch it. I didn't want to waste the last Super Ball or Great Ball in English right there. Therefore, I quit. And there will be more opportunities to catch one of those later on. Another pretty rare spawn, but we already got one of those back at Mount Moon. That's like the third Cubone spawning in a row right there. Crazy luck this run all around. Also, I just noticed the Rhyhorn over there on the upper right corner. And since that's another right Pokemon, just like Onyx, I try to catch it. Great thing, I had one of those Super Balls left and didn't waste it earlier on. That's a Vulpix right there, and I am working on one of my first official Ribbon Masters right now, and that's a Vulpix called Space Fox. Also, I'm a huge fan of the design of Kadabra, and I actually like it much more than the design of its final evolution. I'm also planning on doing a shiny hunt for Abra and Kadabra in Pokemon Fire Red this year. There's a way to do it with the game corner, and yeah, I will do that shiny hunt and also produce a video on that later this year. Alright, we made it throughout the cave, and therefore we are at Route 10 now. Next up will be Lavandia and the Pokemon Tower. I really like how they remastered the music for this place in a very, let's say, ambient way. And I'm also sure that many of you will remember the creepy version of this music from back in the day. Yeah, next rival fight right here, but nothing too crazy going on. At this point, Nidoking is completely safe. His power level is just above everything else. We also got some nice flying type coverage over there. Yeah, just nothing to worry about at this part. So you could leave in terms of main story progression right now. That's what you're supposed to do. But I thought I would try something. I just wanted to see how far the game would let me go without the Silphco item. So we will find out. Fun fact, I always wondered what went wrong with the German translation right there, because crazy thing about being bilingual is that at one point of your life you just know 1,000 Pokemon names in like 2 different languages right now, and you also understand them, right? Like the meaning of them, the meaning therein. And the English name for this monster, Haunter, is so much cooler than its German translation. Like, I don't get it at all. It's not even close. And Also, in terms of coolness, it's not even close as well. So yeah, I don't know what went wrong there. I'm thinking about that throughout my whole life at this point. The English way, the English name Haunter is just perfection, and the German name is just trash. So, I found out that you can progress up until this point, but then you can't. Therefore, we just needed to get out of this place and get the Silphco item to identify those ghosts over there. So, in this version of Kanto, Jesse and James will actually give you a hint right there to where to go next, and that is the game corner right there in Prismania City. And since we are on our way to Prismania City anyways to get our 4th gym badge, we will combine the two quests. Yeah, there's a few routes you could take over here, and I just prefer to do this one trainer over here and then use cut, make my way throughout the field of grass and then use cut again and just skip all of the rest of the trainers on this route. There is an argument to be made about using some of the battles over here to level up even more, but yeah. My preference is just this one trainer and then cut and then skip all of the other trainers. There's another Jigglypuff hiding in the grass right over there. I really like the designs of those tunnels. They are just classic, timeless, and with a neat little touch, a neat little reference to Red and Blue over there. Just great. Over here on Route 7 we had some crazy lucky spawns again. Look at that. Not even an Abra. No, it's already a Kadabra. Just randomly spawning in. Without any lures or anything. Just as a regular spawn. Crazy. With the lucky spawns on display so far, at this point I really got my hopes up for maybe even finding a regular shiny throughout this run. Alright, we are in Prismania City now, and this little cutscene will gift us some tea, and that will be useful later on to get to Saffron City. This is the Team Rocket game corner over there. We will be right back, but first let's do our fourth gym. I just realized that Nidoking isn't following around anymore. Also, if you're old enough to remember, back in the day in Red and Blue, some crazy dialogue going on right there. Oh yeah, the gym challenge at this point is to show a cute Pokemon, a kawaii one. And yeah, since we got our trusty kawaii Eevee with us right there, it was an easy gym challenge to pass. Once again, there are different routes you could possibly take throughout this gym in the sense of how many trainers you are going to battle. At this year's run, I routed it that way that I would only battle a few of them and not all of them. Previously, I sometimes battled all of them for the experience points, but since we got a flying type move on Nidorino for coverage against grass types, and also this thing is just a beast and almost one-hit KOing everything at this point, I figured I don't need the experience, so I just passed the trainers right there. And that's it, up to our fourth gym fight. Yeah, as I stated earlier, Nidoking will be shortly under-leveled, let's call it that. As you can see, there's like a 3-level difference right now, and we could have battled all of the trainers and then on the route before as well. So it would have been level 33 as well. But I thought it should be fine. Also just great how it waked up first round right there. Peck is great for coverage, especially early game because it's a flying type attack. But its base power is like just 30, I guess. Therefore it isn't as strong, but didn't matter that much. Clean one-hit KO at the end right there. And that's it. Our 4th gym badge done. Sadly, I just had some quick problems with the microphone again. I hope it's all good. I'll check a closer look on that later on in editing. Yeah, it seems like the recording got disrupted. I'm gonna check on that later. So, next up, as I said, is the Rocket Game Corner, which also functions as the Team Rocket hideout. And by earning the 4th gym badge, we also just passed the halfway point of this run already. I am always amazed by how fast it goes, how time flies by. So there's a switch hiding behind a poster, hiding behind this Team Rocket grunt over here. And by pressing that switch, we open the door to the secret rocket hideout. So, the route for this dungeon would be downstairs, but I just remembered and realized by talking to this spy over here, so she's actually not one of the Team Rocket grunts, but instead she's a spy, and she gives you a cool little outfit for Eevee and yourself. And since I named my trainer Rocket for this year's challenge run, I figured that this would be the perfect opportunity for matching outfits. $224 right there also is quite a good time for a challenge run up until this point. So like challenge runs are different from speed runs in that sense. There are some details you got to adjust. .224. I'll take that. 224 actually is on PB pace for a challenge run right now. But I'm gonna spoil it right here. This will change soon enough. And soon enough is now, because I remembered correctly how to get to the elevator. The thing I misremembered is that I need the key before. So yeah, 224 PB base right there, and now it's gone. We need to backtrack for a bit and get the elevator keys, and then we need to get back to the elevator. Also, in case you are new to Pokemon or speedrunning or challenge running in this case, PB is the short for personal best, which means my personal best time in a run like this at this point. So I was on pace to beat my personal record right there, but then I made a huge mistake and now it's gone. I also didn't remember on where to get the elevator keys exactly. That's why I talked to those trainers over here. And I think the reason is that in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you need to battle some of the Team Rocket runs to get a password. And with the password, you then can progress further. But that's in Pokemon Heart Gold and not Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, the game we are playing right now. So therefore, yeah, just another time loss right there. We will get to the elevator keys soon enough, and then we will get to the elevator and get back on track. The thing is, if you are playing as many Pokemon games as I'm playing right now, then from time to time you just get confused and remember things the wrong way. It is what it is. Another Voltorb right there. Oh, and look at that. Almighty Magikarp is evolving. I once did a challenge run where I bought the Magikarp at the Pokemon Center at Mount Moon, so this one, and then evolved it into Gyarados and then battled throughout all of Kanto with it. That was amazing. Also regarding that Voltorb from the Team Rocket grunt over there, somebody just posted on our Discord a picture of a shiny Voltorb she got today. And I gotta say, I like the blue design even more. I guess blue might be my favorite shiny color. Alright, back on track. We finally found the right Team Rocket grunt to fight, and that right there. These are the elevator keys we are looking for. Alright, sadly there was another hiccup with the mic. I hope it's all good now. I will definitely need to check a look on that later on in editing. Yeah, here we go. Here we go again. There they finally are, the elevator keys, or as they are called in German, die Aufzugsschlüssel. Yeah, at least I remember the routing throughout these directional pads over there correctly, so here we go. Back on track, back on track. This certainly won't be PB pace anymore, but we are back. Up for another battle with Jesse and James again. Yeah, Nidoking just caught a paralysis over there. Nothing too big of a deal, but just annoying to deal with potentially, so therefore I just healed its status condition. Also, back in retrospect, the fact that they placed Atlas right over here could have been a call to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Just think about that. And now this is the first Giovanni fight of this run. We still got some fighting type coverage over there. Clean 2-hit KO. Man, look at the defense of this monster. That was a very effective move, by the way. So, from Giovanni we got our Silph Core item, finally enabling us to identifying ghosts. Just found some strength candy over there, but let me tell ya, from shiny chaining all of those Nidoran to get this shiny Nidoran, I still got 999 strength candy within my bag. And 999 being the max capacity, after that the game just doesn't count anymore. So, trusty Eevee just gained the ability to fly us back to previously visited towns right over there, which will be useful later on. And look at that, a space fox right over there. This is the check where we needed the T for. And if you got the T item from Brock, then you can pass this checkpoint. So right now I was looking for the house which contains the hidden moonstone. And that is the house right over here. You need to go upstairs and then to the left. And then search for a bit. This girl over here, she is obsessed with Pixie as well. Or Clefable and Clefairy. And she is not only collecting Pixie, but she is hiding a moonstone somewhere over here. Yes, found it. There it is. And I will use this moonstone as a backup strat to evolve Nidoking. So, here we go. It is final evolution time. Look at that. Awesome. Look at those stats. Look at those stats. These are legendary stats. This thing is in a ballpark with like Mewtwo right now. Absolutely insane. What a beast. So, as a little bonus, and because I was so hyped to test its strength, we are just going to battle this little hidden gem right here. So all of those fights for a challenge run, they are completely optional. But I figured since I already lost my PB pace back at the Rocket Hideout, and because I was so hyped about my new shiny almighty Nidoking right there, we are just going to battle them anyway. Also, fun fact, all of the trainers in here are named after famous Nintendo or Game Freak people. I don't know whether or not that's the case for all localizations, I don't know, but at least in German it is. Also, I can already tell ya at this point, there only is one right option to choose from this gym, and that's Nocturne. If you disagree, fight me on that. So, obviously we choose Hitmonchan over here, or Nocturne in German. And that's it. This concludes part 2 of the Pokemon Shiny Nidoking Challenge Run 2026. See you next time. Demon Slayer out.